Right now, in Ghana, a farmer can be sentenced to 20 years in prison for something as simple as changing how they use their own land. And to understand why the government did this, you need to understand just how badly Ghana's cocoa industry is collapsing. Ghana produces almost a quarter of the world's cocoa. It's the backbone of the economy. Over 3 million people depend on it directly. But 2026 has been one of the worst years in the industry's history. Let's break down why. First, disease. Cocoa swollen shoot virus is spreading fast, killing off aging plantations across the country. Second, Galamsey. Illegal small-scale gold mining is tearing through cocoa farmland, poisoning water sources and destroying soil. Experts warn up to 20% of Ghana's cocoa land could be permanently degraded by 2030. Third, the weather itself turned against farmers. Heavy rains in May and June disrupted pollination in the country's biggest cocoa-producing regions. The result? COCOBOD is warning cocoa output could fall by 16% this season alone. But it gets worse. In February 2026, the government cut the guaranteed price paid to farmers by almost 29%, from about 58,000 to just over 41,000 cedis per ton. That single decision stripped income from roughly 800,000 farming households, around 3.2 million people. Analysts say this wasn't really about global cocoa prices. It was about years of mismanagement at COCOBOD, with political appointees replacing experienced staff every time the government changed, and years of over-promising supply the country couldn't deliver. So, how is the government responding? With reform, and with force. On July 31st, Parliament passed the Ghana Cocoa Board Bill 2026, a massive overhaul of cocoa regulation. It replaces a 1984 law, and it does two big things. One, it gives cocoa farms protected legal status. Converting a cocoa farm to any other use without government approval is now a criminal offense, punishable by up to 20 years in prison. Two, it cracks down hard on illegal mining on cocoa land, with sentences of 10 to 20 years, plus financial penalties based on how many trees were destroyed. But it's not all punishment. The bill also guarantees farmers a minimum price, introduces a pension scheme, and adds education support. Not everyone's happy. Farmer groups say this is unfair. Many people spent years and their own money clearing and maintaining these farms with almost no government support, and now face prison if they can't keep up. COCOBOD has already launched a nationwide campaign to explain the law to farmers, buyers, and civil society groups. And here's the thing. President Mahama hasn't even signed it into law yet. This story isn't over. This is one of the biggest stories in global agriculture right now, and almost nobody outside Ghana is talking about it. I'm going to keep tracking it. The moment this bill gets signed, I'll break it down. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And comment below. Do you think this law is fair to farmers or too harsh? I'm reading every single comment.